Hi, welcome back to the channel. This is Blitz944. Today we're looking at our Kriegsmarine helmet again, which is an ET62. We're going to compare it to the ones obviously that are in the book that we just bought, German helmets 1916 to 1945 by Jan Meland. Now, our one obviously is not as nice condition as the one in the book. Now obviously the ones in the books, this book's where it's fantastic because and it's good that that's the case, and you can really see what the colour of the paint was. What the decals look like. Ours obviously a lot more worn, etc, etc. But we'll have a look at ours, compare it to. So in here he's got ET helmets, M35s. He's got Kriegsmarine. He's got 3 examples. This lot number 4094. This lot number 4069. What's ours, Alex?
4087.
4087. So you can see that obviously they're within the same sort of ballpark of lot numbers. ET must have produced quite a few Kriegsmarine helmet at that time, obviously. Kriegsmarine must have been buying lots of helmets. So as you can see, this is quite unusual, this one. So it still has National Shield with ET M35s. A lot of them have had that removed. So it's very unusual to see it still. It's a really nice helmet, isn't it? Still see it on there. And this one's had its National Shield removed, and so is this one. You can see there, like ours has. Ours has National Shield removed as well. I don't even see it. They've all got their dome stamps. You can see it. Ours still has its dome stamp as well. So let's just have a quick look at our. Obviously, remember our paint is nowhere near as good. So you can see ours here. You can see the parade green finish. On here, you can see the lovely Kriegsmarine decal we've got there. You see obviously this side's been removed, the National Shield, and still got its liner in original. Ours has been, someone's had written their name with the back, it's been scraped out, and then I think someone else put their name in the liner, so I presume it's been issued twice. Our dome stamp is there. I don't know if you can see it. You can see it. Was it 1938 by the look of it, it says. The dome stamp. Ours got its original chin, so that has been shortened there, so unfortunately no manufacturer as such.
Oh, wait, so that means that was made in 1938?
Oh, that's when it's basically it's like an acceptance stamp, basically. That's been inspected, obviously, and it's like fit for service, if that makes sense. So in 1938,
so it's been accepted just before the war, basically.
Just before the war, So they're nice. I mean, I like the Kriegsmarine helmets. They're very nice, aren't they? I mean, so obviously, it's just the early sort of field grey. With the field grey paint, you tend to get like collector's colours, almost like an apple green colour, isn't it? We'll show you later on. Obviously, it changed to more of a grey field grey, didn't it? You can see mine on that one. It's more like I say, like more of an apple green sort of colour. Obviously, the paint's ours well worn. So obviously you can see it's worn off quite a bit. Obviously, paint does age over the years, and it does change colour slightly as well. So you see, if you were to remove, which you never do, by the way, and let's say if you were to remove one of these decals, underneath you'll find that the colour would probably be quite a bit lighter, I should imagine. I reckon they darken, I think, the paint over the years, I think. We're talking a long while now since the war, aren't we?
Because it's been like...
Because I have seen, like, you've seen, obviously, where you've had helmets and, like, more modern, like, let's say, more recently, someone's, like, chipped off the bit of the decal or something. You'll see that like, that early field grey paint, like the apple green, is more of a lighter green, Anyway, so these, like I say, they basically match the one that we've got in our collection. I said, obviously, the paint on his are a lot better. But I always wanted a nice M35 Kriegsmarine helmet, and obviously ET are not the only ones that made them, but there does seem to be quite a lot of, when you see them, a lot of time they are ET ones for some reason. They just obviously must have made a big batch of them, mustn't they? I mean, you've got an SE one here, as you can see. You can see they're slightly. I mean, different manufacturers, the colour of the paint was slightly different, if that makes sense, and it changed as the war went on. All the time. Just depends, obviously, what paint you can get. Obviously, as the war went on, things got more scarcer, didn't they, to find? So, and again, that's why I love this book. You can see all the different original paint finishes. Some are slightly lighter, some are darker, but again, it could just be because of the age as well.
But the good thing about it, like being like different colours, it has like the shades of different colours in the book. is like if you're trying to do reenactment with like a reproduction
That's
of a
right.
helmet, you look in this book like for what year you're trying to do, like 1942 or like 1940, and then you can see that it can be like field grey.
Yeah.
So yeah, then you have the perfect colour helmet for that kind of year timeline.
Yeah, so
that's quite good.
That's not a bad idea. Is it? Yes, I mean you can see these M40s are all a very similar colour, aren't they? Sort of very
Yeah.
grey, aren't they? Like the proper field grey, I suppose you call it.
Yeah.
I just wanted to show you a Kriegsmarine one. So you've got an M40 one here. Now you can see, as I said, you can see the paint has like it's gone to more of a grey, isn't it now? Yeah. I mean, especially this one. Look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I like the grey just because it reminds me of it just reminds me of Germany, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, because grey is the normal colour for like whenever something's produced normally. Like,
You've got to say, someone say tanks, don't you?
Yes, and stuff like that.
So it reminds you of the early war tanks, does it? In the grey, yeah, the field grey, yeah. It's interesting. Like I said, there is like variations as the war goes on, like from manufacturers. It's all basically the Germans didn't call it any like it's just field grey. Yeah, field grey's field grey to them. They didn't go, oh, this one it's just nice collector going, oh, I got apple green, yeah. But it doesn't mean it was just field grey paint basically. Yeah.
I feel it was.
It's obviously like when you mix any paint, obviously sometimes it just it doesn't always mix the same, does it? Yeah. And as I said, it depends what was available at the time when they were making the helmets. Yeah.
But yeah, there's something I need to say as well. So whenever you're actually looking for these helmets, like to buy, just make sure they're actually real first. Because if you're wanting to buy like an original one for your collection, make sure it's original, like a helmet is original first before buying it. Because sometimes you can get a bit carried away trying to like buy stuff. Because I have because I straight away looked at the helmet, thought it was real, but then you told me actually, no,
that's a fake helmet.
It's a fake.
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Yeah, so these, it's just a brilliant book, really. I was going to show this. While we're on the subject of, obviously, decals now, I've never seen one of these, and I've heard about them, and it's got one in the book. Yeah, they're called a Luftwaffe, like, subdued decal, and like almost like a green colour. Have you ever seen one, Alex?
Never.
I don't know.
I've only seen it like the white colour.
I'd be on the
silver.
Hold on, let's have a look if it's got it in the Luftwaffe decals. You might do. Hold on a second. I now can find it. Sorry about this.
SS.
You get obviously all different other organs. No, we've gone past it. No, 1 second.
Huh.
Yeah, I just heard this the other day. Well, yesterday when I was looking through this, and 1 second. Sorry. Here.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's strange.
Yeah, I'd never subdued Luftwaffe decal. Yeah, and this is an NS helmet. It's very interesting, isn't it? Because I've never seen one before.
Great.
I'd heard about them, but I've never seen one actually on a helmet. Yeah? These decals are only seen on reissued helmets, he puts, and they're not factory produced. That'd be why then. So, yeah, they're only on reissued helmets. But that would be a lovely one to find for the collection, wouldn't it?
Yeah, because you don't really see them around a lot.
No.
They're like more the rarer kind of Luftwaffe helmets. So.
Well, it's a rare decal to see, I would have thought. Yeah, I mean, I've never seen one on a helmet, to be honest with you.
Me neither. I've never seen one ever.
It looks quite cool, doesn't it?
Well, I have now in a book, but that's it.
It looks quite cool.
Yeah, it's interesting.
We just thought what we'll do sometimes. Like sometimes we've got some of the chin straps here. We have in our collection. We'll get out our helmet and then we'll look at the one in here and then look at the one we've got. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just thought because he's got a few M35 ET Kriegsmarine helmets, I thought we'd just get ours out so we can see. Yeah. So you can see, as I said, it's field. The whole paint thing again it's called field grey. It's obviously we collectors like to say like different colours. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can see obviously ours, even though ours is very well faded, you can still see that it's the same sort of colour as the ones in the book. Yeah.
Yeah. You can see.
Which it should be. Yeah. And as I said, I'm very happy we've got that helmet.
Because you can actually see like the little band of the paint. You can see obviously that's apple green. But yeah. I really like our helmet. I think it looks lovely.
It's a nice helmet, isn't it? I'm very happy we bought it and found it. It's difficult, obviously, finding let alone. I mean, the ones he's got in his book, as I said before, he's obviously spent many years finding these. Yeah, some beautiful examples there, isn't there?
They look exactly like how they were during like the timeline. Like they were, And like I said before, they've been stopped in time. It looks like.
Yeah, this one's lovely, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's really nice condition, you know, with both decals on still. It's quite unusual to find.
Yeah.
These ET and Kriegsmarine ones. So that, I think it even says in the book there that obviously that it's unusual to find them like that. The Kriegsmarine ET ones, yeah, they tend to be not like most of them have said. In 1940 they'd actually rubbed the national shield off as per regulations. So it's interesting with these though, because obviously later on in the war they obviously came out of regulation. But no one ever, I don't think anybody ever listened to obviously remove obviously a actual army or Luftwaffe decal on that. But I mean some people obviously did, but I mean obviously it wasn't carried out.
Yeah.
You know, on a bigger scale, like the national shield, you often find that has gone, and you'll still have the
actual just decal.
Yeah, eagle decals on still. Yeah, you find it's quite common on army and Kriegsmarine. How much you'll find that in Luftwaffe. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
wait, did they ever say that you have to?
Yeah, there was I can't remember when it was. It came out.
There was an order.
Yeah, to take that off as well. But I don't think people by this stage, but it was late in the war, so I think by that stage.
So they thought there's no point really.
Yeah. What's the point now? Sort of thing.
Yeah, it's a bit late.
Or just never actually, even though we might know about it now, I don't think it ever filtered, probably didn't even filter down to command because it wasn't the most important order going, was it?
Yeah, probably the most important orders were actually for like the soldiers to push forward or retreat.
Or whatever, yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah, but not about who worries about a decal. Yeah.
Yeah.
But luckily, they didn't all get removed, obviously. So
because I like the decals.
They're nice, aren't they, to look at?
But in order to be fair, I just like helmets, really. Because I just like them. They just look interesting, the shape and everything. It just looks nice. I like the shape, how they've made it as well.
Yeah.
Like, the shape, it's interesting, but it's really nice. And it's actually quite good.
Yeah,
especially against shrapnel, like, because that's the point of the helmet.
Yeah.
Stop shrapnel.
Yeah.
And it's quite good because even, like, these, like, when it goes down like that, it actually protects the back of your, like, neck.
That's right, yeah.
So, yeah, it's pretty good. That's why I like German helmets.
Yeah, they're an interesting design, aren't they? I mean, you know, I like the design and shape of them as well.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is, isn't it? We had this discussion before about people obviously saying we collect German stuff because obviously some sort of like political reasons, obviously not at all. Yeah.
Yeah, we just like it just because it's history.
It's historical, and I've always found German helmets interesting. Even as a kid, they just fascinated me.
Yeah, and I'm a kid as well, so it fascinates me.
Yeah, it does. Just
I'm
whole
like
design and that. Yeah, and it's like, you know, even putting all the decals on, it just fascinates me. Like, you know, it's like so British, does that make sense? We wouldn't do that. You think, what? You know, it's just they have to have their own sort of like different decal for the like army, the Kriegsmarine, and SS and that. It just fascinates me, you know, all this, and I like to see it all. Yes, Alex.
So I give you a question now.
Okay, go on.
What do you like better? So the British helmet or the German helmet? Me personally, I'll probably choose the German helmets. But
in design.
In design.
Yeah, I'd go for the German. I mean, the British helmet's, don't get me wrong, we don't be traitors here.
Yeah.
The British helmet's a good helmet, but it's a little bit boring. It's just in my, sorry, I don't want to offend people here. In my opinion, the British helmet, it's just a British helmet.
Yeah, and it doesn't really protect you too much. It doesn't protect the back of your neck. It only protects like the top.
Yeah.
Part.
Well, it's sort of like based on medieval helmets, aren't they? It's like the kettle helmet, isn't it?
Yeah. But the German ones are supposed to actually protect the whole head.
Yeah, well, they're actually well designed. I think like a lot of things, like I'm interested in German helmets because all the different like decals, all the different paints they use. You know, you get early war slightly lighter green, and you get like field like lighter field grey, and it goes sort of like a mid like darker field grey as the war goes on. I just find then you've got all the different like the snow camouflage, Normandy. I just think, you know, for a collector, there's a lot there to actually look at and sort of enjoying how they've done. You know, just interesting with history and looking at all the different helmets and how they produced them and like I say, the different decals and paints they used as the war went on. I find it quite interesting. But that's just because I'm old and sad, really.
Yeah.
You're supposed to say yes. That's right.
Yeah, that's right.
You are. But yeah, so that's why I collect German helmets. I do just find it fascinating that amount of effort that went into, like, especially the camouflage ones and that, you know.
Yeah, and another thing I like about it is because it's got what's it called?
I don't know.
Oh God, it's like a word where it's got like
don't know what we're
decorated better basically.
Oh, okay.
Because it's nice because it actually I just like it. The decal was like perfect to go on the helmet. It's like perfectly made for it to make it look good.
Yes,
yeah, I just like helmets.
And I think the Germans, they went into a lot of, they really thought about their design sometimes when they're doing. I mean, the style of the eagle. Let's say the design of the eagle for Kriegs. My favourite eagle decals are obviously the Armin Kriegsmarine ones, because I just think there's a lot of design that's gone into that, isn't there? Yeah.
And the thing is, the SS ones, they're okay. It's just 2 lightning bolts.
Yeah,
it's not that.
No, I mean I really.
Oh yeah. No, I knew what I was going to say now.
No.
It's got more detail.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
More detail.
There's lots to look at, I think, on these.
Yeah.
I mean, the British one, I've had lots of World War II British helmets.
British helmets do have detail.
And you do get them, obviously, you can get them with unit markings on, or, like, desert camouflage and that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But it's not like the German one. The German ones just went berserk. I mean, let's have a quick look. I think, we're going on.
But it's not like a bad berserk.
We're starting off about.
Nice.
Kriegsmarine helmets. Look at this here. Look at this page here. I mean,
oh my god, I've never seen this page. It looks cool.
Look at
oh wow!
It's just fantastic.
Look at that.
Yeah, look at that.
I love the camouflages. Oh, actually, I have another question now. What is your favourite camouflage on this page?
Well, you know what? That's an interesting question.
Yeah.
If I was going to have to pick one,
yeah,
I actually like this one.
Yeah, that's a good choice.
And what's your favourite?
It has to be the good old Normandy camouflage.
Yeah, that one there.
Yeah, I just love the good old Normandy camouflage, like the green, like the reddish brown paint, and the yellow. It's just a good mixture of paint to make it look nice.
Yeah, these ones, like you said, obviously, all these helmets are found in Norway, so that's interesting, isn't it?
Norway? Oh.
Yeah, so the guy who wrote the book is Norwegian, and I think a lot of these helmets come from Norway. Now, you've got to remember, at the end of the war, obviously, I can't remember how many divisions there were in Norway, but there's a lot of Germans still in Norway, yeah? And they got sort of stuck there. As the front moved on, they sort of got cut off, basically, in Norway, yeah?
Yeah.
And obviously, at the end of the war, when they surrendered, I presume a lot of this stuff was they just chucked it in piles. My granddad obviously was saying about, obviously, the Germans obviously just like, there's great big piles of helmets and, bayonets and just like piles of stuff,
Oh, so there must have been like people who basically just taken them home as souvenirs.
Hold on, we've got one, some sort of, it's struggling now. Hold on, the camera's going to one of it's like weird. Oh, that's Alex's there. That's good. That's Alex's notifications on his phone. Right. So anyway, I think we'll call that a wrap now. The camera's starting to start playing up, keep going backwards and forwards.
Yeah.
And Alex is getting hands to get the Flammenwerfer.
Yes, notifications.
Notifications. All right, that will do then.
All right. Well, before you go, please remember to subscribe. 'Cause it really helps out, and like us. All right.
All right. Thank you very much then.
Bye.
Bye.